I have the courage of Jomo. I have the understanding of Moi. I have the education of Kibaki. And I have the plan we shared with Uhuru Kenyatta. Niko na experience ya kutosha. Nimekuwa mjumbe miaka 15. Nimekuwa naibu wa rais miaka 10. Sio experience inatosha? Mimi sio mzee sana. Mimi ni kijana, mimi naelewa kufanya maneno. Mimi ni mtu naelewa. Mimi nimezaliwa huko mashinani. Sasa shida ya Kenya mimi naelewa. Sasa mimi nitasema nimekosa kufanya hii kazi kwa sababu gani? I don't have an excuse. So I have to do the difficult job. Hii kazi yote ambayo mimi nafanya kazi ngumu ni kwa sababu there has never been an opportunity for a person with the experience I have, with the education I have, with the knowledge I have in Kenya. So I must do it. Unaona wengine wanajaribu kunipigia makelele, lakini makelele hiyo I don't have time for that. Wa Kenya, are you ready for the biggest ball sherehe in Africa? We are hosting Chan 2024. We've got passion. We've got the players. Now we need the 12th man, you. Kuja na Mbogi, ama ni aje? Harambee Stars all the way.
Welcome to Champion Digital Strategy. So from the video that you guys are going to be watching, the president has just said that he's got the courage of Jomo Kenyatta. And you know Jomo Kenyatta ruled or came to power after the independence. So does he really have the courage that Jomo had to fight the colonial government during the Momo era? And having been locked in prison, the Kapenguria, Ruto has not been even in a, I don't know whether he has ever been in a police cell. So probably that one I really doubt whether he's got the courage. But of course he's a very courageous guy. He has shown a lot of courage when it comes to politics, but when you compare the courage that he has with the kind of courage that Jomo and the guys who fought the independence, does it really compare? So, well, that is his narrative, and you know, that is how he's trying to prove that he's the best guy to face, you know, Rigiji and the likes, because facing Rigiji and the kind of lethal, you know, campaign that he's doing needs a really courageous person. So the second thing he said that you know, he got the understanding of Moi. That one I can agree, because he's a student of Moi. He was, you know, recruited by Moi from Nairobi University, and then you know, they campaigned for him, worked for him until I think even 202 he was still working for Moi, because he was campaigning for Uhuru Kenyatta. And then being a student of Moi is best suited to have the understanding of Moi. Well, I don't know whether the same understanding, I think he should be able to apply it to at least be able to maneuver the one-term narrative, because Moi was faced with the same kind of trouble that he's facing right now, and he was able to maneuver and rule for 2 decades. I don't know, I am not advocating for him to, you know, stay in power for 2 decades, but at least if he can be able to maneuver this one-term thing and become a 2-term, that one I would really be able to credit him for that. Okay, so the second thing is, the third thing is that the education of Kibaki. I think he's the most educated president to have ever been in power in Kenya. The previous ones, you know, the Kibaki had a degree in, I think, economics. Then Uhuru Kenyatta is said to have also had a university degree, and Moi, I doubt whether he had a university degree, but he was educated as well, but not as much. Yeah, Jomo, not as much, but at least being the most educated president in Kenya. But does the education really matter when it comes to leadership? It really does. So, well, how is he applying this knowledge, this education to change the lives of Kenyans? Because the same people is ruling. Many Kenyans are really disgruntled. They are really suffering. They're really going through a lot of problems. We should be able to fix these problems and make life better for young people and every other citizen. Okay, so well, the plan they had with Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't know whether they really share the same plan, because there are so many things that are happening right now that perhaps were not happening in the previous government, or maybe that time people were not really awake. They were not seeing these so many things that happen. But I think he needs to do much fighting corruption, because corruption is a big problem. Creating employment for young people is something that needs to be done. So, well, about the experience, is the experience 15 years of experience as an MP and 10 years as a deputy president. I think the only person that they can be able to compare when it comes to the experience is only Kalonzo and Baba. Baba has not been a deputy president, although he has been an MP for the longest time in Kibra. But I think he's the most experienced uh, leader in Kenyan government. So that said, I really think in the camp of the opposition camp, they are still confused on who to be the presidential candidate, but I can give them a free hint. If they give Kalonzo to be the frank bearer, he's the only experienced player in this game that can be able to, you know, muscle with the Ruto, because the other guys have not even, some have not even been elected. Like Matiang'i has never been elected in any political seat, has never campaigned anywhere. Someone was just risen to power because I don't know. So likes of Rigiji just a one-term MP, half-term deputy president, really does not really qualify him to be experienced political player. That is what I think, and that is my opinion. That is a reaction video. It doesn't have to. It doesn't. I don't have to agree with you when it comes to these political scenarios in Kenya. So, guys, let me know what you think about Ruto being the most experienced player, the most experienced candidate for this country to lead this country as a president. Is he really doing the job as the best person for this country? There is so much that is happening. Many people saying one term, but I think it's only that people do not really sit down and realize the kind of work that is being done. If we really kind of relax the political temperature and give him a chance, he can really do the job. Okay, so that's it for me. If that is something that you agree with or you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye.